Back again. Back again. Alright. And today it is Meme of the Week. And this is the 32nd episode. So we have had quite a few cracking memes now. And this, actually, we had this as a meme about a few weeks back. Let's go with that. And it was one of the heroes, right? Bill Gates, as you can see. I found it as a sticker on a bank machine at a local shop here in Elgin. And it did make me happy. That is for sure. We are not alone in our thoughts in regards to people like the super criminal Bill fucking Gates, right? And if you remember it, it said, not an engineer, never finished college, not a doctor, not an epidemiologist, not a virologist, unelected at fucking anything, visited Epstein's pedo island countless times. That's just that we know of. He probably fucking stays there, owns virus patents, owns vaccine companies. Our hero, Bill fucking Gates. And I don't think. And there was a few other stickers, and they must have put them on quite a few because I used another bank machine and they had been removed, right? But yeah, keep them there. I might put a few up myself. Fucking why not? And this was the 5 contenders that we had last week. Yeah, all good ones. But the winner was, yep, number 2. Of course, number 2 won it. A cracking meme and very fitting and true. That is for sure. And it said, this is what it looks like when your politicians know that we know how corrupt they are. Straight fucking up. Because people everywhere now are waking up basically to the corruption that is before them, mainly due to the agenda going up a gear through fucking COVID. It has certainly went up a fucking gear, that's for sure. And as you can see, they erected these security fences around the White House and other political buildings, I believe, although I think they are scaling back now. But this pretty much says it all. This is something that you probably will see more of. Have they predicted with their super duper computer modelling that eventually at some point in the future people will say, hey, enough is a fucking enough? Right, that could happen. Is Bill Cooper right with his prediction about guerrilla warfare? Or are we already kind of in a guerrilla warfare? But like I said, millions of people, because of the pandemic, have stood up and begun to take notice of what is really going on. And in last week's Meme of the Week, we touched on this actress, Patsy, would you believe it? Patsy Stevenson. And this, of course, kicked off the march that took place in London. But they then made it about the Sarah Everard murder that seemingly took place. And it was more about Sarah and Patsy, when really, in my opinion at least, about 7, maybe 8 out of every 10 people attending these marches were not there because of Sarah or Patsy or even the police. They were there to stand up against the corrupt fucking politicians and the corrupt fucking lockdowns. Right, that's it. But of course, the media manipulate it, and in Bristol we had a classic case of deception where it kicked off, basically. And now, in the media, in the press in the UK, it's all about that. And this might actually now help, even, help rather than hinder the police bill that they are pushing through, that people are fighting against, and of course, the criminal lockdowns. But in terms of Bristol, what we seen there at one point, I mean, the majority of protests and marches was peaceful, and everybody was there, to make their voices heard. At least that's what they think, right? And possibly have a good time. But this guy picked out this protester, seemingly, who was in deep conversation with a riot police officer. And then he seen the guy pointing to the front. He then went to the front and it all kicked off. So it really, you could say, well, is he an undercover police officer? That could be the case. If that is, then why is he then going to the front and causing trouble and starting a fight? There has been other suspicious things in terms of the police cars and vans, weird registrations, cars that don't have MOTs, although people are saying, well, police cars don't need MOTs, right? So in this photo, you can actually see that the number plate, I think it's been ripped off, but the back number plate looks like it's on the bonnet. So that's a bit strange, that one, although I can't read what it is. But some are claiming that these cars were props, basically. And yeah, that could be the case. There has been quite a few people pointing out that there has been a lot of red flags in terms of the Bristol saga, if you like. As you can see, Gareth Ike pointed it out. I did actually say to Gareth the week before that something like this would go down. So there you go. It was so obvious and blatant, and it probably will help push the fucking bill through, because this is what they want. Really, we should have the march today and right up to Parliament and not fucking leave until they stop all these draconian fucking measures. Straight up, we should not fucking leave. Don't go home until demands are met. And before you go out, what are your fucking demands? And speaking of Twitter, I seen this tweet here. Remember when BBC 5 Live interviewed a matron at a London hospital last Christmas who claimed we have whole wards of children with COVID? That's what she said, right? Well, the fucking BBC have now admitted it was indeed fake fucking news. Ain't that a massive surprise, right? Sure. And the lockdown protests, it was basically right across the world. In Europe especially, people basically have had enough. In France, in Italy, in Holland. Actually, I have a video that I will show you now before we get into this article of a Dutch man at the London protests, right? Here it is, check it out.
Just ask you why you've come here from Holland.
Ik praat het Nederlands toch?
Oh, yeah, maar kunnen we het in Engels doen?
Yeah, we can do it in English, yeah.
That's better for, I mean, I speak Dutch, but I don't think anyone
What can or...
We're from Newsnight on the BBC.
BBC?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Really?
Fuck off, BBC, mate.
Is that the BBC?
Hey,
BBC.
fuck off, mate.
Oh, yeah.
This guy
All
was
night nonsense.
So, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you deal with corrupt journalists from the BBC. They are corrupt to their absolute fucking core. And well done to that guy there, the Dutch guy, standing up for the people of Britain. by the looks of it. Good on him. But yeah, what an absolute fucking legend. I'm due him a couple of drinks, right? France 24, one day ago. Anti-lockdown protests erupt across Europe as tempers fray over tightening of lockdown. Because across Europe at the moment, we are seemingly seeing what they are calling a third wave. Right, and Boris, the ever trustworthy expert on viruses, has came out and said that the wave will eventually wash up on the shores of the UK and, by the looks of it, the US. So, will we see lockdown part 3? Because let's face it, here we are, a year in, celebrating the fucking horrendous lockdowns that has killed probably hundreds of fucking thousands of people. I shit you not. The figures, when I try and think about how much it might be, it's genuinely fucking staggering. The effects of this, and we're not even seeing the half of it yet, really. There is still more to come, and these lockdowns ain't going away, at least in my opinion. And as you can see, more than 20,000 people participated in the protest in the central German city of Kassel, where there also were confrontations between the demonstrators and counter-protesters. Right. So were they for lockdown and they were fighting the people who were against lockdown? But of course, this is where things like political ideologies come into play, because what's happened here is, what they claim, what the media claim are right-wing protesters are actually people who are just fighting against the corrupt lockdown, but the media tar them as right-wing fascists. And then, of course, you have the groups like Antifa, another criminal group funded by fucking villains like Soros, right? Another hero, sure. And yeah, when they go out, they'd certainly cause trouble. And then the protest gets tarred, really. It gets a bad name, just like the fucking protest in Bristol. And that's now all the media speak about. And this week, journalists will be saying, yeah, well, maybe this bill ain't such a bad idea after all. Look at what happened. But of course, it's pure manipulation. And I seen this from a protester in Australia. Australia says no to these pricks. And it is all the heroes of the day, right? Well done, this dude. And yeah, I love Australia. Lots of time for the people of Australia, that is for sure. And I have family there as well. Hopefully one day I will be able to take me and my family. But I used to think that until the pandemic. Obviously, if it requires a vaccine passport, then unfortunately I won't be going fucking anywhere. That is for sure. Anyway, this is Meme of the Week, right? So we will leave the protests for the time being. But yes, they will be back. That is for sure. So let's get into this week's top 5. Are you ready? Good. This is number 1, and it says, when you've been trying to wake your friends for years and one finally begins to see. And it's from the absolute fucking classic movie, They Live. Right, and I would imagine that just about everyone watching this right now has seen the movie They Live. Surely, right? It is worth watching. That is for sure. And like I did say, the agenda, it has went fucking full tilt since 2020. It's been downhill since 2000, really. But since 2020, it's went up a gear, big time. This is number 2. And it's to scientists, right? Or pharmacists. Sure, drug dealers, more like. If people stop getting cancer, we stop making profits. So, we need to make sure everyone focuses on the cure, not the cause. Right? Yep, a fucking classic, that one. And this is number 3. And it says, television. Tending the herd since 1927. Yep. And as you can see, the shepherd, his head is a TV with the fucking twin towers on it. So yeah, quite a good one, that one. And this is number 4, and it says, literally anything at all happens, me, I blame the government. And yep, I'd imagine this is not just me, but most people that watch this. I have noticed in the past that there can be a fine line between curiosity and paranoia, right? It can be good to be curious, but not over curious. If you are curious, like myself, know that your curiosity can help you, not hinder you. You can control what you do and your own thoughts and beliefs even. But what you can't control is what other people do. So fuck them and don't worry about anyone else, right? Just look after yourself. And if you are curious about things, then yes, look into it. Look into certain things and fulfill your curiosity, right? Use it in a positive manner. And yeah, don't overkill on it. Remember to enjoy things that you like. Like I've said before, I'm a big fan of wildlife, and that takes my mind off the world that we are in. Right, I like to maybe read a book about birds or birds of prey is definitely my favourite. And of course, sport is another big thing that I like. Although today I can't go to the football because of the fucking draconian government. Although, with that said, me and a friend are going down tonight to a football game to watch it from outside the ground, basically. So yeah, probably we'll end up arrested right under the COVID Act. So hopefully we don't bump into the police, because yeah, there possibly could be fireworks there. I tend to find it hard to bite my tongue when dealing with the police. So yeah, hopefully things will be fine. This is number 5. The top 2 most liberating things you can do. 1. Stop watching television. 2. Stop mindlessly defending a political party. Straight fucking up, right? Another classic there. So that is your top 5 for this week's Meme of the Week. And a big thank you to everyone who takes part, puts in their vote and engages. We have a great community on both channels at the moment. So thank you to everyone once again. And I will be back again for the brand new live stream that will be on this Thursday on the original channel. And it will be called Live and Not Complying. Right? And I am kind of running a risk with it, because if my original channel picks up another strike, that will be it gone. It'll be finished. And when I done last week's Syndrome, or the week before, on this channel. It got removed. And like I said, if I had put that on the original channel, it would have been done, because it would have picked up not a warning, but a third strike. Right, so yeah, it mainly will be for interaction, and you can share stuff with me and a kind of build up to the Friday fix. And then we'll have the Friday fix on Friday, believe it or not. And then I will be back again on the Monday with Meme of the Week. And yeah, I am now looking at doing the Syndrome every fortnight. So that will be back next week on the Wednesday. Okay, so thanks once again. And that is about it. Bye-bye.